Hello, law firm owners. Let me change back to my human costume.
You will see how this was important later on the video. Now let's get to some law firm business, shall we?
Law firm owners, here are 3 revenue leaks costing your law firm at least $30,000 to $100,000 per month. I've built 3 marketing agencies. My last 2 focus specifically on law firm growth. And I didn't just consult. For one of them, I literally built their entire marketing department from scratch. We're talking social media, paid ads, content, email, SMS, everything. Here's what happened. Within the first month, we got them real cases. A $11,000 wrongful death case, a $6,000 car accident settlement, a $3,000 dog bite case. That's $20,000 combined in signed revenue, just from month 1. Real revenue, real cases. That's a win, right? But then I did something most consultants don't do. I analyzed their entire funnel, not just the marketing, but the intake process, the conversion rate, the lead capture process, everything. And I realized something shocking. For every case they were landing, they were probably missing 3, maybe 4 others. At $5,000 to $8,000 average case value, they were leaving $15,000 to $32,000 on the table every single month. Now you might think, well, that's just how it is. You can't convert everyone, right? Well, here's what shocked me. This wasn't because their marketing was bad. It wasn't because they're bad lawyers. It wasn't because their leads were poor quality. It was because they had 3 specific revenue leaks in their marketing funnel and intake process. And almost every law firm has these same revenue leaks. Once I figured out what they were, I built a system to fix all 3 at once. That's the Legal Eagle Revenue Recovery System. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what those leaks are and how to seal them once and for all. So, the 3 leaks, right? Leak number 1 is what I like to call the content creation barrier. Leak number 2 is the speed to lead problem. Leak number 3 is the follow-up gap. Add those up and you're looking at least $18,000 to $43,000 plus every single month just leaking away. Let me show you how it works and we'll go over the math together. Let's start with leak number 1. Okay, so leak number 1 is a content creation barrier. Most attorneys know that video content works. They know that it builds trust. They know that it reduces ad spend, but they won't do it. And because they won't, they'll waste $3,000 to $8,000 per month in inefficient ad spend trying to compensate, right? Leak number 2 is the speed to lead problem. A prospect calls your firm. Your team is busy. The call goes to voicemail, and the prospect calls your competitor instead. This alone is costing you $10,000 to $20,000 every single month. Leak number 3 is the follow-up gap. Now you got leads. You talk to some, you get some bookings, but then when you ask them to sign, they go silent, right? You follow up once, maybe twice, then give up. Meanwhile, they end up hiring your competitor because they heard from them again and again and again. So that case should have been yours. That's another $5,000 to $15,000 lost monthly. Add those up and you're looking at $18,000 to $43,000 plus every single month just leaking away from the marketing funnel. Now I'm going to break down each leak in detail and show you exactly how to fix it. Let's look at leak number 1, the content creation barrier. Every single law firm owner that I talk to knows that video content works. YouTube videos build authority. Social media content gets eyeballs. Founder credibility, videos bring in leads. They know this. But here's the thing. Most attorneys won't get on camera. They just won't do it. Why? Because it's uncomfortable. It requires them to sit in front of a camera and perform. Some worry about how they look. Some hate the idea of being recorded and posted online. And honestly, most just don't have the time. They're too busy with cases. So what ends up happening? They don't create the content. Their firm stays invisible on YouTube, on social media, on their website. And because they're not visible, they turn to paid ads as their only lead source. And paid ads do work, but they're expensive, right? You're paying $10, $20, $30 per click just to get someone on your website. And if your content doesn't build trust first, many of these clicks simply convert to nothing, right? And that is leak number 1. And it's probably costing you somewhere between $3,000 to $8,000 per month in wasted, inefficient ad spend. So how do we fix lead number 1? AI avatar videos, of course. You record for about 10 to 15 minutes, not a polished YouTube video, just you talking through points. Common questions, case types, explainers, whatever you want to say. From that one 10-minute recording, we will generate 20 plus completely professional videos per month. Each one looks like you recorded it personally. It's your face, your voice, your message, your brand, completely authentic. We then deploy these videos everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Consistent, always on content that builds trust without you ever having to sit in front of a camera again. The result? Your organic traffic grows 30 to 50%, your ad efficiency improves 40% because now your paid ads are actually hitting people who know, like, and trust you, right? And you never have to go on camera. You get all the benefits of video content at scale without the pain. That's leak number 1 fixed, right? Let's look at leak number 2, the one that costs most firms the most money and most firms don't even realize it's happening. It's the speed to lead problem. Let's talk about a scenario together, shall we? This might happen multiple times in a law firm every week. A high-value prospect calls your firm. They're ready to sign. They've decided to hire a lawyer, and they called you. But your receptionist is on another call, your intake team is busy. The line rings once, twice, 3 times, no one picks up. What does a prospect do? They hang up and call your competitor, of course, right? And 80% of those prospects never call back. My friend, unfortunately, you have just lost a $5,000 to $10,000 case because of a 30-second missed call. And this just doesn't happen once a week, right? This happens 5 to 10 times every week at most law firms, depending on the call volume. So let's do the math. At 250 to 500 missed calls per year, at a case value of $5,000 to $10,000 per case, you're looking at about $1.25 million to $5 million in lost annual revenue. And you're already paying for those leads through ads, right? So you're wasting your ad spend on leads you never capture. This we will fix for you as a part of the system. So how do we fix lead number 2? A 24/7, 365 legal AI intake specialist. So this is what happens with the AI intake specialist. The prospect calls, the AI answers within 3 seconds, and it sounds like a real person. Natural voice, intelligent conversation, answers trained from your website. The AI asks the right questions for your law firm. No generic questions. It asks about injury details, liability insurance status, timeline, everything your firm needs to know to qualify the case. The AI qualifies a lead in real time, books the consultation directly on your calendar, and updates your CRM instantly with all the booking data. All of this happens 24/7, 365, during lunch, after hours, on weekends, even during holidays. Can you believe it? Never sleeping. What's the result? You capture 90 to 95% of incoming calls, right? Compared to maybe 50% before? Your response time is now 3 seconds or less, not 4 or 24 hours. You recover after hours revenue that's currently being lost. Your conversion rate improves from 25 to 35% because every lead is now properly qualified. And of course, this leads to an additional 10 to 20 extra consultations per month. Why? Well, let me give you another bonus. Our AI intake assistant is trained on sales calls, right? I notice a lot of our receptionist team, they're not sales people, right? They're there to make the business work efficiently. But this intake specialist focuses on sales and actually closing the sales that comes from your calls. So you never miss a call again, but you also have our proprietary legal best practices built in. So now this is going to be working during lunch, after hours, weekends, and that is leak number 2 sealed. Let's look at leak number 3, the one that most firms don't talk about, but it's huge. It's the follow-up gap. Let's say your system is working now, right? You've captured the lead, you've got the booking, things are flowing, everything's following up, you have great content, everybody's excited about your firm. Now the prospect shows up for their consultation, you had a great meeting as well. And then the prospect says, I will think about it. And what happens then? silence, right? Now, here's what the research shows. It takes about 7 to 10 touch points before a prospect actually signs a case with the law firm. 7 to 10. But most law firms, they do only 1 or 2 follow-ups and they move on. Some don't even do 1, right? So the prospects who would have hired you, they hire a competitor instead because your competitor followed up. You didn't lose them to worse marketing. You didn't lose them because they're a bad lead. You lost them because they never heard from you again. And that is leak number 3. And it's probably costing you somewhere between $5,000 to $15,000 every month in lost conversions, depending on your lead and call volume, right? So how do we fix leak number 3? AI automated follow-up sequences. So from my experience, these are the 3 critical automations that fixed my law firm clients' marketing follow-up, right? Automation number 1 is the appointment reminder. The day before the consultation, the prospect gets a text and an email reminding them. This prevents no-shows, which is a huge problem at most firms. Automation number 2, non-conversion follow-ups, right? If a prospect consulted with you but did not sign, we automatically re-engage them over the next 7 to 10 days. Different messages, different angles. We stay in front of them until they either say yes or clearly say no. This way you're maximizing every booking you get. Automation number 3, post-signature reviews, right? Once a client signs, we automatically ask them to leave a review after a certain time period, usually after a couple of weeks, once they get to know you a bit. And why do we do this? Because reviews drive referrals, and referrals are your highest margin revenue opportunity because it has 0 customer acquisition cost, right? So once we do all of these solutions together, what's the result? Your conversion rate improves 40 to 60%, your referral rates improves 25 to 35%. You're never manually following up again because the system does it for you 24/7, 365. And that is leak number 3 sealed. Now, here's the thing about these 3 leaks that most people don't realize. They don't exist in isolation. They compound upon each other. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say you fix leak number 1 alone, just content creation. What happens? You create videos, organic traffic grows, but you're still missing 50% of calls. You're still losing cases because it's not being followed up fast enough. So your content alone just doesn't solve the marketing problem, right? Let's say you fix number 2 alone, just a speed to lead issue. What happens? You answer calls faster, but you don't follow up, right? 60 to 80% of your prospects still don't convert. You're still capturing leads, but you're not converting them yet, right? So that's leak number 2 in isolation. Let's say you fix leak number 3 alone, just a follow-up. What happens? You have great follow-up systems, but you have no leads coming in because your content does not really work. Your content's terrible. There's nothing to follow up on. Automations without leads are useless, right? So here's the magic. When you fix all 3 at the same time, they reinforce each other, and now your marketing brings in leads, bookings, and signed cases, right? So leads, check. Bookings, check. Signed cases, check. Every part makes the other parts work better. Your content attracts more qualified leads, your speed to lead system captures more of them, and your follow-up automation closes more of them. You now have a profitable system working all the way from ad to signed case. And that's why the Legal Eagle Growth Revenue Recovery System was born. It's a system, not a toolkit. It solves your marketing problem from the source, not just the symptoms. And all 3 solutions work together, and that's where the real magic happens. Hopefully now you can see that the Legal Eagle Growth Revenue Recovery System is a complete client acquisition and retention system that fixes all 3 revenue leaks at once. Pillar number 1 handles lead generation through AI avatar content, consistent, always on, builds trust without attorney pain. Pillar number 2 handles speed to lead with 24/7 voice AI intake, every call answered, every lead qualified, every consultation booked with legal marketing best practices. Pillar number 3 handles conversions with automated follow-up sequences, 7 to 10 touch points automatically, recovery of dead leads, referral generation. Each pillar is powerful on its own, as you can see, but together they create a marketing machine. And that's what we have built for our law firm clients, and that's what we can build for you. All right, so then the question you might ask yourself, why now? Can I just wait for this to fix itself? Well, let me be direct about this. Every month you wait, you're leaving money on the table. $30,000 to $100,000 in potential revenue. Not next year, not if you don't act, right now, this month. From the calls you're missing, from the prospects you're not following up with, from the content you're not creating. The opportunity cost is real and it's immediate. And I'm not saying this to scare you, I'm saying it to be honest. Because the law firms that are winning right now, they're not waiting. They're plugging their leaks, they're recovering the revenue they're losing, and they're doing it easily because the days of creating AI solutions won't be easy very soon, right? And I want to help you be one of the early adopters. So then the next question you might ask, okay, I gotta solve this problem now, but why you, right? Instead of me doing it myself or hiring another company. Let me give you three very specific reasons. Number one, we almost have the perfect combination of technical, business, and legal expertise. This is where we don't just be technical, we understand the business implications, and not just the business implications, but we understand you, the law firm's actual problems and how to solve them through AI, right? So we start with growth, but from my experience, we end up staying because we can do the technical work and we become the AI guy of the law firm, right? Because we know what's under the hood of the AI solution and we can do the technical implementation, but we do it because we understand how we can grow your business, right? Number two, creativity and lateral marketing experience. Systems lose effectiveness as markets change, as people's demands change, as things become saturated, right? You always have to bring in new ideas that consistently work over time. The only way we can bring in profitable, fresh ideas consistently is because we have experience from other industries that we can bring into the law firm industry as well. And two, we are always ahead of the competition because we do the research, we do the marketing and the AI research because we love it. This is our passion, just like law is your passion. So it's easy for us to stay ahead of the competition and find out what is working now and it's not saturated yet, right? And we can, of course, discuss this with you on our calls. And the third one is we already have the proprietary solution built out, right? We have the proven marketing machine with our proprietary legal best practices built in. The AI avatar is ready. That is the fun AI avatar you saw in the beginning of the presentation. It was just to kind of demonstrate our skill set there, right? The voice AI is already built and testable on our website, legalgrowth.com. You can try it out, just like an actual client. The automations are already built and proven from our previous client work. So the solution is already built. We just have to customize it for your law firm. And so you don't have to wait and you don't have to build from scratch and you don't have to figure everything out from the beginning, right? Whew, what a relief that is, right? Okay, so here's what happens next. Let's say we decide to talk together. The 30-minute revenue recovery audit is completely free, no credit card required, no obligation. Here's what happens in the call. First, we'll audit your funnel and your business. I want to understand how you're currently capturing leads, how you're handling intake, and how you're following up. Second, we'll show exactly where you're losing revenue. We'll quantify it. We'll put actual dollar amounts like we did in this presentation on the leak so you know exactly what's at stake. Number three, we'll create a plan to seal those leaks, a specific actionable roadmap tailored to your firm. And then you get to decide. If the revenue recovery system makes sense for you, we'll talk about next steps. If it doesn't, no problem. At least you'll have clarity on what you're missing and I've helped you grow. What's the investment for this audit? Zilch! It's free, no credit card required, no obligation. And I'll go over additional strategies I haven't had time to cover here depending on your law firm's needs. So you can book on this link below or use your booking link on the post, whichever one is clickable. And finally, I wanted to give a fast action bonus because as an entrepreneur myself, I like to go in when the timing is right and we capture the opportunity while it's still hot, right? And I like to present that same opportunity to you. So I'll give a fast action bonus to the first 100 bookings, right? Remember those three automations I showed you on leak number 3? Well, those are the three major automations that do 80-20% of the work, right? That do most of the work. However, in order to fill all the holes, all the revenue holes for our client, we had to do 8 automations. And I'll give you an ebook with all 8 automations so you can plug in all the holes on your marketing funnel, right? So when you book your audit today, you'll be getting something that nobody else gets after the first 100 bookings. You'll get all 8 automations that got our law firm to plug all the holes in their marketing funnel, and we only give this to clients after they sign up. But for the first 100 firms that book, you're going to get it free. Here's what's inside. All 8 of our proprietary revenue recovery automations, the exact email and SMS templates. You can literally copy and paste them into your system. A step-by-step roadmap showing how to implement each one, and even ROI breakdowns so you know exactly what each automation will generate. This will happen on the call, of course, right? And a checklist so you can quickly go through. This ebook alone is worth $297, but you're getting free just for booking. And the booking link is right here on the side. You can use this or any clickable link on the post. And that's it. Hope to see you in the first 100. Let's make your marketing machine together.